so whenever Heidi's washing the dishes, and we're not really paying attention necessarily because we're at a full hookup as far as how much gray water we have, you can leave your gray water valve open as long as whenever it's time for you to flush your black tank, you still have enough gray water in the tank to do a good flush, unless you have a black tank flush like we do. We like to leave our gray tank valve closed. That way we have extra water to run and clean out. But like in our case, we know that we'll empty our gray tank probably, I don't know, 3 times while we're here over 8 days. We could just easily leave it open for 5 of those days and then close it for the last 3 so we have a full tank. But again, this is what we chose. But what I'm getting at is, if you're hearing a sound, you got to realize that the drains are all basically connected. They all eventually go to the gray tank, but this is the highest drain. The sink here, that's the highest drain because the sink's the highest in here. And then if you go into the bathroom drain, this sink, of course, is the second highest drain. Well, as you can imagine, once you get past a certain point, once you get too much water in your gray tank, it's going to start coming out the lowest drain, and that's going to be the shower. So if you hear this or see this, that's what's going on. Your gray tank is full. Don't fear anything. You just go empty it.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
So ignore that we're still a little bit on the cluttered side because we have all kinds of cooking going on, and Heidi needed water, hence all the bottles of water. And Heidi loves to cook, as everybody knows, as we've mentioned many a times, but we're running into a constant problem that we have at home all the time, and we have that problem here, and that is that the fan that is on the stove, that fan right up above there, does a good job removing odors out of the RV and venting them. However, it doesn't do a good enough job as compared to a Max Air fan. And of course, we've talked about these Max Air fans before. These things are brutal with the amount of air that they pull through the RV. So what the problem is, and I don't consider it a problem because we like the fact that it's sensitive, but there's the smoke detector. And everything Heidi's cooked on this stove so far has set off that smoke detector.
Not everything. Mac and cheese didn't go off.
What didn't it?
The mac and cheese.
No, I'm talking about anything that you put in fried or put food to heat direct. Not through water. So what we find is we have to open this window here and then turn the Max Air fan on high, and you can see it's drawing the air directly.
Makes me want to cook outside. Yeah,
which makes us double think the whole outdoor kitchen that we talked about. You know, we didn't need an outdoor kitchen. We couldn't figure out why we would want an outdoor kitchen, and now we do.
Yeah, because I'm sure that not everybody wants to listen to our smoke detector go off.
Yeah, see,
I don't hear anybody else's going on.
Right. I was concerned because I told her, you know, in a campground setting, people are paying attention to that. You know, at the house, we don't care. At the house, the alarm goes off. Who cares? It's just annoying to us. We have to turn on one of our ceiling fans, and that will allow the alarm to quit going off. But that's at the house. Here, I mean, we're surrounded by, well, not right at this time necessarily, but we are surrounded by campers, or we potentially could be surrounded by campers, and those campers will hear that there's a smoke detector going off and think that potentially we have a fire going on inside our RV, and they may come over and knock on the door and try to warn us. So just a little tidbit in this early morning of the next installment of what's happening with our Jellystone, Akron, Canton RV trip. We only have, what?
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days. We have 2 days. So we have a little bit of screwing around that we have to do to some extent with our projects. I need to finish out the project over there on the over in this area here. You can see that cable coming out of the cabinet door. I also need to do the securement of the autoformer to the floor there. Like I said, it sat really steady all the way out, but again, it was a short trip, but the cord did try to come unplugged just a little bit. So we need to secure that down, and the parts that we bought from Hartville Hardware we aren't going to use. It's funny because we actually had those style hooks in our hand, literally in our hand, at Hartville Hardware, and I thought, no, I don't know how those would look, and we put them down and bought the swivel hooks instead, and find that we need to go back and get those hooks that we had initially. So that's what we're doing. As far as the weather outside,
It's chilly.
it is chilly. Today's high is going to be 58, mostly sunny. It's going to keep on getting warmer the next couple of days. So that's nice. No rain in the forecast really to speak of. It turned out to be relatively pleasant, I guess. But I'm just sitting here watching videos on bike locks and what other kind of videos we've been looking at.
Fifth wheel.
Fifth wheel videos.
Crazy.
I know. But it'll give you guys something to talk about. What do you think? Fifth wheel. Let's see your comments down below about that. As Heidi finishes out whatever she's doing there. They're over there dumping some trash in the trash can over there. The truck that is currently running with its brake lights on. Again, I don't think you're going to see it until it starts moving. He's I don't care if it's 5 miles an hour type guy. I'm going to do whatever I think. What do you think there? Look like 5 miles per hour to you? And look at all this trash they left. Why? Why couldn't you take it all? Incredible. So what we're going to do is try to give you a once around of the park. It's a cloudy day. I'm going to be controlling what you get to see, but this is a 360-degree video that I'm shooting. And as far as the audio, the wind is going to probably kill it. So just ignore that if you could. And again, I'll try to show you the whole campground as Heidi comes up here. We'll give a little walk. The wind is going to definitely hurt the audio quality of this whole thing, though. So this is the loop that we're in, and it's in the 60s. Everything in this row is in the 60s. And what we're doing is walking towards the most popular part of the campground. What is behind us is basically the campground that holds the most permanent campers, and that's across the street. It's not going to be very well easily seen, but that's what's across there. I don't know. I don't really feel like walking through the permanent camper site.
It looked like sardines over there.
Yeah, it's pretty much like this. So these sites here that we're looking at, that I'm spinning you around to now, those are the permanent sites. I'm sorry, the premium sites. And you do get a little bit more space, but not much more. That's for sure. So we'll go ahead and walk up the little path. This will take you to the snack bar, which is not open, the ice cream stand, and the office. Just let you know they do deliver ice and firewood, of course, to your site. You just call them up and they'll charge your site for it, even though we paid cash at one point. And flipping you around, you can kind of see there's the Putt-Putt golf course over there.
We did not play the Putt-Putt golf course. There's some sort of a maze here. Again, it's a cloudy, cool day. Very cloudy and cool.
I need a winter coat.
Yeah, I should have worn my winter coat too. Look at how much birdhouses there. And this is all, looks like it's lit up pretty well. It's the Putt-Putt golf course. Put Heidi in stockade. Yeah, there's a squirrel over there. Getting its food. Yeah, we should have wore jackets. I'm talking like real jackets though, guys. And then this is the mining station for the kids, obviously. It's kind of cool. And the big giant swing behind us here. And then there's the ranger station, and again, the ice cream stand. We had ice cream there the other day. And then over there is the swimming pool. Of course, Heidi doesn't want to go swimming. Neither do I. So we're going to go down. This is a cart path that's over here. And we'll go to the cart path. I was telling Heidi when we first came in, though, can you imagine if somebody didn't understand the instructions and didn't wait to be escorted and tried to drive over this? And it's kind of a dipped area, and then this don't look like it can handle. Oh, that's pretty solid. Yeah, it's pretty solid, actually.
I don't think that it would last very long.
Now, the park does butt up against a lot of residential. You can see here. I don't know how I'd feel if I lived in these homes. I mean, on one aspect, you can pretty much guarantee that your neighbor's always going to have the grass mowed, being that the campground is your neighbor. And you can guarantee that in the winter, you're pretty much nobody here, you know. There's not going to be anybody at the campground for the most part, so all during the winter months, you don't have to worry about who your neighbor is. But I'm just curious, as we're on this walk, who's going to feel the first snowflake?
It's chilly.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 58 today, but the breeze is killing it. And as soon as the sun goes down, forget about it. So what we're doing, this is kind of the maintenance area. Heidi and I was talking about it. What we'll do is we'll go around the far side of this. We'll walk down this path. But
I'm walking around the building because they just made the grass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's some grass.
No, I guess you're right. I'm not worried about it, though. Not with these shoes. So, if we had access to making a decision about this campground, as far as the path that it takes, I know there's a lot of residents here. I don't know how I would necessarily feel being a camper, knowing I'm camping in basically like what used to be somebody's backyard, with people overlooking everything that I'm doing. I don't know how much I would feel that I'm getting away from things, knowing again there's a bunch of houses around me. This would be like camping in my driveway. But look at all this. Look at all this property they have back here. And how nice would it be to get this set up for some good premium sites. Or, since there's so many homes that's surrounding this field, how about the permanent sites? I mean, those people kind of feel as if they're at home anyways. You know, once they're at their permanent site, seasonal site, you can tell they're doing something out here because look at all this fill. I know at first thought it looks like that maybe they have dug some holes up, but they haven't. This is somebody's bringing in dirt from somewhere, and this is all fill dirt.
Looks like maybe you have a lot of water laying, maybe?
Yeah, this does look like it would be an area that would be low-lying water. I can agree with that for sure. Again, we apologize for the audio. We're talking kind of loud considering the camera and its positioning. It's up there quite a ways. But we want to give you a decent view. This is the activities barn, and I'm telling you, for the weekend, they have a lot of activities. There's the mower. This is something that all these kids play in. I mean, it's such a simple thing, huh? But this seamless pipe, well, seamless on the inside. Boy, I'll tell you what, everybody loves getting in that thing and they roll them around.
Turn up this hill over here.
There's a slide. Yeah, they take that big pipe and they put it up here on this hill. I mean, it's not much of a hill, but it's enough to get that pipe rolling. When the kids get in it, they go to town. I don't know what's in the circle. You know?
I thought it was a dog park.
Maybe it is a dog park.
I seen kids playing in it yesterday.
Oh, so it's not a dog park. Just a concrete pad?
There's a ball in there.
Oh.
Oh no, that's a football.
I have no idea what that is. If you guys know, let us know in the comments. And I'm splitting up. Heidi's going around the tree, and I'm coming around this tree to get up to the slide. Now, some of this stuff I think they left here for the kids to play in or with. Like this old hollowed out log. I think it's here for them to play in, which I guess, if the kids want to explore, but you can see the slide there. Just made out of pipe. I'm sure you don't get going very fast, but isn't that kind of cool? Here, you guys want to be the kid? There, you got to be the kids. Just a balance beam, yeah. Must be some sort of balance beam thing there. So we're going back out on the road basically where we came from. And this is the main part of the campground. This is the part that if you get reservations, you most likely will be staying here. Yeah, Heidi says the same thing I'm feeling. So checkout time is 11 a.m. and it's 11:35. So we're heading back towards our campsite, but here's the restrooms. There's no shower house as far as I know. Do you know anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It says it's a comfort station. Let's go ahead and take a look in here. And no, just a plain restroom. That's it. Just the restroom. Yeah, I didn't hear anything about shower houses. So it's kind of interesting because there was a lot of pop-up campers, and there's a section that has tent campers around here. Is it for the bugs?
Yellow jacket.
Cool.
We had a few over this morning.
All right. So we'll have to look up. I don't think there is any shower houses. If there are, it's down by the tent camping. So we'll go around here. This is all just electric. However, it looks like there's water outlets over there that just spigots though, right?
There's sewer.
Oh, there is sewer. So these are full hookup. They're odd. Look where the power is.
Yeah.
Why don't you open one of those power boxes for us, Heidi, and see what kind of power you can get here. $30 and 15 amp. So you could put that in an RV in here. Be up against the Tuscarawas River. Wonder what that's like when it's raining heavily. So here's all the cabins. Of course, they're all different shapes and sizes. I kind of like that idea because maybe you don't want the fanciest one. Maybe you want one that's a little bit more plain. Maybe you don't need the biggest one. This would be a nice campsite. Especially in the summer when it's hot, which it's not right now. Oh,
That must be a buddy site.
no, it's got to be some sort of a picnic site or something for the cabins, for parking. There's a site over here. Look, number 13.
Right there's 14.
Oh, yeah, so that
So
is
it
a
looks
site.
like a buddy site.
No, I think it's just a site. Oh, I see, because they're sharing picnic tables,
Burn.
which they do have buddy site, guys. Just let you know. This is a nice site, number 9. I like that one. Look how easy it would be to park in like too.
All these have been empty the whole time. Well, except the ones down here.
Because
These were empty.
what if they're all 30 amp?
No, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, which I could do. We could do 30. We just decided not to. So down here is the parking, and that parking is for the tent camping. So how many sites were there? Like 5 or 6?
Yeah, there was like 5.
Yeah, so for you tent campers, this is it. And again, it's just the bathroom. It doesn't look like a shower house of any kind. Just restrooms. There is power poles out there. So you will have electricity. And there's water there, Hyde.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's not so bad. I always thought tent camping would be no water, no electric. And then you can see this is Hoover Road, the road that we pulled on to get in here. This is how it snakes around the campground. This looks like that this would be something that is very, very welcoming in this cool weather. Yeah, that's not bad. Very nice. Sunrise log cabins. It's got water, a camper's kitchen.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah, got a field to play in. Of course, it's kind of a common field. And then across the street, you can see all of the campers over there. Some of them are seasonal, and some of them you can rent, some back-end sites.
Wonder if they have a shower house over
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. That
It's a little
kind
bit
of
bigger.
bigger shed or whatever. Walking away from that tent camping area, we're going to walk through the campground across the street, or the other part of this campground. Heidi looked it up. Down at the ranger station, there's a laundry and a shower house. And then over here, across the street, there's a shower house. But not a laundry, right? No, just a shower house.
Yeah.
Look at the woodpecker. See him? Here, hold the camera real quick.
Oh, I see him. Oh. He's working on the
Getting his
little
dinner.
cottage. He's done it before too.
I don't think they're too happy about that woodpecker.
Yeah. Look, can you see on this side?
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to town, that's for sure. He'll fly away now that we're approaching him, I'm sure. Look at this little cabin. It's a tiny one. Cabin number 5.
I think maybe that box up there.
Yeah, it's definitely just a leaf. And then, look, somebody's got a rockwood like ours. He's cleaning up some COVID coffee cup trash. Now, whenever the campground is open, whenever it's busy, whenever it's Saturday and Sunday, ask Heidi.
Very busy from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
They open this gate. All right, Mr. I put it to the floor because I parked in the street. And check it out. So yeah, this gate was open so people could go across. They'd actually escort campers over here. Yeah, it looks like they have a honeydew wagon that allows them to pump the permanent campers or the seasonal. I keep on saying permanent, but seasonal camper sites, which makes sense.
Looks like maybe straight ahead is the shower house.
Well, I'd have to agree with that.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. And then you see the seasonal sites all back through here. Now, I'll let you know the seasonal sites, they're a little expensive for this area. Well, let me rephrase that. There's no other real campgrounds in this area. So, $2,800 for the season. That's basically double of what it is out near us. New Super Duty from Treasure. There's a toy hall. And, yeah, there's this other little shower cabana. This is a nicer area. I like this area more. So there is some camping that's available back here. Just to let you know. What I mean is, we could have gotten a site back here, I'm sure. I don't think that they necessarily advertise it as much. But it's probably also pretty desirable.
Because it's quiet over here.
Yeah, this is much more quiet, you can already tell. Look at the old eyeliner.
Yeah.
Those are tilt outs. Those aren't pop outs, those are tilt outs. There's nothing wrong with them, they did a good job. Yeah. This isn't so bad. This is actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
And then there's the restrooms over there, next to the shower house. How do you guys feel about leaving your awning up, even when you're not at the campsite? I'm one for not doing that unless I have tie downs, because I don't know, maybe they don't get much wind here. I mean, that's a possibility, right?
As the flags are flying.
No, I'm saying wind, real strong wind.
There's trees.
Yeah, there are trees protecting everything back here. Obviously, they've been here for a while. They don't have a problem with it. Do you want to walk back there? Or?
Yeah. Looks like they have nice large blocks.
Yeah, I do agree with that. This looks like a new gravel. They got slag in there, number 57. We know for a fact. That's what we got. Yeah, see now they got their awning tied to their railing. That's a good idea. I would have to have awning tie downs to leave it up to feel comfortable. These look like the sites that you can rent or that you can utilize. Looks like down there is another bathroom too, off in the distance.
Yeah.
And there's some more RVing down there. There's actually RVs way off in the distance. I don't know if that's all part of this park though, do you? That's storage maybe.
I don't know. I didn't notice. Actually, at the end of the property is a house, so.
Yeah. So that's basically the tour as we come back around to where we were before. We might, if we ever try it again, we might try over here.
Yeah.
Definitely. Alright, back to our campsite.
So we left the campground after our little walk through there and headed back up to Hartville Hardware because I had to return. I don't know what Heidi was thinking. She clearly had this project in mind and didn't know what she was doing.
Well, we should have looked at the fasteners before we came to Hartville Hardware.
Right, the fasteners that were already in the RV, instead of trying to make up our own. So I thought I'd show you Hartville Hardware. Let's flip you around. Not that there's anything exciting about it, except it is a full-blown John Deere dealership in there. And also they have Honda generators, all sizes. They have a small engine repair shop there. And then the hardware store itself, founded in 1972. It's a couple of floors. You go in on the second floor, and I don't know, I've never been to the first floor. It's probably more wood stuff. And then it goes all the way down there. It's kind of like a garden center. And then off in the distance, we'll move over here and zoom you in. Off in the distance, that building that should come into better focus at some point. Let me lighten it up. That is Hartville Kitchen over there. And then there's some kind of gift shops and stuff like that. So again, and all behind this is Hartville Flea Market Marketplace. And that's way behind us. So yeah, just thought I'd show you guys where we're at and what we're doing. We're back from the Swinsons. We're just finishing up the root beers. And today's high is 59 degrees. Tomorrow's high is like 61, I think, or 62. And then the next couple days are in the 60s. Then we get into the 70s at some point. So we decided to have a little fire for the little bit of temperature coolation that's going on, which isn't very much, but as you guys seen when we walked around the campground there, not a lot going on, and
it's pretty quiet.
This is very nice. This makes up for those 2 days by far. Way by far. I mean, it definitely makes up for all that mess that was going on. So it's really nice. You got anything to add to this?
No.
No?
No, I don't. We
Okay.
have the camera in my face.
Because. So there's the fire. There's the remainder of the firewood. I think what we've talked to the office park about, we might look into a little bit more at this campground, because they have financing for their firewood.
Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to Pajama Projects. Heidi's dressed because she had to go out and sit at the picnic table for an undisclosed reason. We all know why that is. So, I've got my old clothes on. It's my sleep clothes. And it's kind of nice because I was always concerned about doing projects while we're out full-timing. And obviously, we're full-timing. And it's not so bad. So much so that Heidi and I had a discussion, and we're thinking about streamlining the stuff that's in the garage even more to where I just have tools and very limited supplies. Right now we have a pretty decent amount of supplies. Maybe I'll stick to the basics, you know, zip strips, duct tape, maybe some screws, hose clamps, that kind of thing, just some basics. And of course chemicals to maintain the truck and maintain the RV. Oils, greases, sprays, that kind of thing. But as far as some of the stuff that I have, I don't know if we necessarily need it now. I don't know yet. But the reason is because we needed a couple things, and I know I didn't necessarily have them at home, and I could have done this project differently if I was at home. But we were on the road. We just rented a hardware store and bought a couple things, and that was it. So I'm done with one project. Well, you guys saw that when we first got here, I was finishing up putting the other antenna on the mast. It's not really a project. It was just kind of, I don't know. I guess it could be considered a project, but it wasn't much of a project. It was just assembling something. That's the way I see it, just assembling. But I did get this held down, so I thought I'd show you that. In the meantime, Heidi's cleaning up the RV. You can see we've got our little dehumidifier, and this thing works. Links down below. Might as well, because everybody asks. But yeah, this thing actually, there's some water there. I'm amazed. Greg and Karen still using the big roll. But you can see all I needed to do was just strap this down. So I have a strap that runs over the top, and it's secured down below. And it can be unbuckled to unplug it. But this will stop it from moving around. Like I said, it sat there pretty well, but our journey was pretty short. So it's set up to where it will not slide this way at all and unplug. That's all I was concerned about, is it putting stress on that plug and unplugging it and moving. So bouncing up and down, I doubt it. I mean, it's pretty heavy in the first place, but that strap is making it even heavier. Just to let you know, the circus that was in town, there was a couple of more things that was involved there, and one of them we didn't know about till yesterday. Our neighbor let us know. So I'll let Heidi tell you about that.
Wanted me to talk about the weekend campers that had a lot of riffraff going around over the weekend. The first was a 911 call through their Android device saying that, oh, I don't know how it happened, and blah, 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 blah. And I heard the police say, hey, you know, we tried to call the number back and we weren't able to reach anybody. When he got here, he wanted to know whose phone it was. But anyway, they made a bunch of excuses as to why their Android phone called 911. I'm not sure how it accidentally calls 911, but I suppose it could happen. In their case, they showed up and they must have pinpointed exactly right where the 911 call came, and that was that. So fast forward to the next night at 2:30 in the morning, they received, Uniontown Police received another phone call, loud music. So they came out and talked to him about being loud at 2:30 in the morning, when I think that quiet time is 10 or 11. So don't be those people. That's crazy. I don't understand why you'd want to have the police show up while you're camping. Anyway, that's it.
So, always fun. Always something new. Heidi made an order for a package that is going to go in the RV, and it's a couple of small little collapsible colanders. She made spaghetti the other night and said, I wish I would have got a colander that collapsed, like we have some bowls that collapse that she loves. So she ordered them. Well, they weren't supposed to be delivered until tomorrow. Regardless, we have instructions with Amazon that tells you need to deliver inside the porch, because a lot of people drive by the house, and it just so happens that if anybody sees no RV, no cars for sale signs, and a package sitting on our front porch, even though we have a lot of people in our area, it's pretty honest. There's a lot of traffic that goes through there. A lot of traffic from a lot of different places, even a lot of different states. Who's to say that they drive by and go, oh, look, let's do Porch Pirate. We can pretend we're interested in the house, and we'll take that package and throw it in our car. Nobody will know the difference. So that's why we have explicit instructions to deliver inside the enclosed porch. We put our Google address, everything. Now, normally we don't have a problem. Amazon does really good. About 1 out of 20 deliveries, maybe 1 out of 30 deliveries, yeah, probably 1 out of 30, they put it on the outside. For whatever reason, they don't read the instructions, they put it on the outside. The good news is, if they say, hey, how did we do? And I can put, you didn't follow instructions. And that's what I did for that delivery. Now, even though I just complained about Amazon and their delivery, let me tell you how bad Fedex Delivery is, too. We've never had good luck with FedEx, ever. FedEx delivers all times of day, all just anytime they want. It's all different drivers, except most recently we've been having this one lady driver that's always been delivering to our place. Not very friendly. Doesn't seem like that she likes her job. She's just there for the paycheck. So we have some stuff coming, as I mentioned before, from Rad Power Bikes. We bought a couple of electric bikes. They're about $1,500 a piece. And we also bought front racks for the front bikes. Now, my bike hasn't shipped because they're on back order. Heidi's bike was on back order, and they said that it would ship, but they didn't know exactly when it would ship. So we weren't too concerned. However, that's one of the reasons that we stayed in this area instead of going up to Jefferson, Ohio, and staying up there, just in case something like this happened. And I'll tell you what this is in a second. We seen that the front racks, they're going to be delivered right away. So I called FedEx, and FedEx said, as I mentioned in the last video, you can have your racks delivered to the local Dollar General. We will call you whenever they're there for you to pick up. I'm like, awesome, that's great. They were scheduled to deliver on Friday. Heidi's bike was scheduled to deliver on Friday. Today is Tuesday. The racks, which got to the area, and I'm talking about North Canton, they got there on Friday. For whatever reason, they didn't deliver to the Dollar General on Monday. I don't know why, have no clue why, but basically it said, not ready, package not ready for pickup en route. So then we had another notification showing that the bike was going to be delivered on Monday instead of Friday, which was fine because we have to sign for the bike and they have to make 3 attempts before they send it back. So what we thought was, well, maybe we can redirect that bike also. But we'll wait until we actually see the day it's going to be delivered before we call. Because if it's anything like the bike racks, now it shows they're going to be delivered on Tuesday instead of Monday. Maybe that's the same with the bike. The bike being a bigger box, maybe it'll take even longer. So we got a notification that the bike racks are now supposed to be en route to final destination delivery in the Beloit Dollar General. However, they're not. They're not there yet. And that they will call us or let us know when they're ready for pickup. All right, so those were supposed to be here on Friday. They've been in the area since Friday. Here it is Tuesday, and we still don't know when that's going to come or when we're going to get it. So in the meantime, Heidi got a notification that said you're the next stop for your delivery. See where the driver is now. So she clicked on it, said you're the next stop. So I hurried up and I opened the app for our phone that shows us the cameras at the house. I could have just easily waited for a notification, but I just let I opened it up manually. And it just so happened, pulls in the Amazon driver. Now, Heidi had already called her mom and said, hey, is there any chance, even though it's going to be delivered inside on the porch, is there any chance you're going to be out in the area today? Her mom said, yeah, I'll probably be out at some time. Heidi said, well, if you could at your leisure, could you just stop by the house and pick up the package and just throw it inside the door of the house? Or bring it back to your house. It doesn't make a difference. And she said, sure, no problem. Well, then Amazon made their delivery. And Amazon went ahead and threw the package outside on the patio, outside the front porch, for everybody to see, for anybody to pick up if they wanted to. So at that point, I told Heidi, you better call your mom and let her know that she needs to get up there and grab that package as soon as possible before it gets stolen off the front porch. And she was going to. FedEx shows up right after the Amazon driver as I was still looking at the camera. Here comes FedEx. They pull in, and I told Heidi, I said, well, here it sucks. I wish your mom could get there because she could sign for the package real quick and have them put it inside our garage. That would be awesome. And Heidi said, my mom's not up there yet. She's not ready to leave the house yet. She was just going to do it at her leisure. So I'm watching the FedEx driver, and I see her, the same lady as always, I see her get out of her little vehicle, and immediately she's taking this huge box out of the back of the truck. And I'm thinking, why would you even bother trying to deliver this big box when it's a signature required delivery? All these packages I'm talking about, except for the Amazon package, are signature required. And she takes it out of the truck, she scans it, and next thing you know, she starts dragging it up the steps to the house. And she opens up our screen door. She puts the little metal retainer for the air shock to hold the door open, the storm door open. She went ahead and dragged it onto the porch, and then she just left. She just headed out. And as she did, she tried to close the storm door, even though that jamb was still in place. So I heard the door like crack. That should be interesting. Then she moved it and closed the door, and she left. And I'm thinking, how could that be possible? So Heidi looked, and there's a proof of delivery button. She puts proof of delivery, and it says, signed for by M. Lebo. Now, I just want to document this. It's 1109. You can see it says 1109 on here. It says it's 1109 here because it's 1109. And I've been talking for a while now, and this delivery happened probably, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. And there sits the bike right there. I don't know how well this is coming out on camera because I got you guys flipped around. But there sits the bike on our front porch, big as ever for anybody to see that wants to look inside that porch. And even though it's usually not that bad, it could be. And I just wanted to document this because M. Lebo didn't sign for it. M. Lebo, when he signed for it, is in Hartville. You can see we're still at the campground. So there's no way M. Lebo signed for it. Now, I would immediately call FedEx and just run this lady through the coals. But I learned something being in service for as long as I have. Or as long as I had been. And Heidi too. You don't piss off the waiter before you get your food. You don't screw around with the FedEx delivery person if you're expecting another delivery. And unfortunately, my bike hasn't shipped yet via FedEx to get to our house. So I'm not saying anything until I get that bike delivered. And then at that point, I'll go ahead and call and let them know how bad they're doing. And maybe I can catch them this time. Even though I could have recorded what just happened, maybe I can catch them next time, and I will record what happens whenever they say it was signed for and it wasn't. Maybe we'll make a point not to be at the house the day that it's being delivered and see what happens then. It'll be interesting. So, what's that mean for us? It means I got dressed. It means I get to drive 20 some miles back to the house just to move this bike out of the way and then drive 20 miles back. Even though we're leaving tomorrow, this is what we get to do. So a command decision. We kind of got into a weird situation. We ran home. FedEx sucks. That's all there is to it. Because our packages that were supposed to be Friday still haven't got delivered to the pickup location. So anyways, we stopped at the house. We took the bunk bed out of the basement and took it to Heidi's mom's house. And we picked up Heidi's bike, which maybe tomorrow we can assemble it now. And why would we assemble it tomorrow when we're leaving?
Oh, because we're not leaving.
Because we're not leaving.
We have a house showing tomorrow.
Yeah, the house showing just came up at the last minute. So hopefully there's not a house showing on Thursday, because that's when we're going back to the house. So I'm editing some video. I might be able to put this on with that. I don't know. We were supposed to have left tomorrow, Wednesday. Heidi had called and said, hey, what about a late checkout? And they said it's like $25 more. I told her, I said, well, for another $20, $24, you just, no, not even that.
20, yeah, 24.
Yeah. We could just, no, it's more than that, for another $32.
24 and 25 is 49, so it's 59, so you're right.
Yeah. So anyways, we just said, just make it another whole night. We'll just stay another night. And the reason is we started checking campgrounds and we can't find any full hookups.
Because it's so late in the season.
And West Branch.
That would have been nice.
West Branch would have been perfect.
It's like $27 a night.
That's why it's packed.
Right.
It's there. We couldn't get in there. We might have been able to find an electric site.
That wouldn't have been so bad.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
no.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Electric site.
No water.
I mean, you could fill up with water, but that only lasts for so many days.
Yeah, Heidi's starting to get used to those long showers,
Right.
having a full hookup. So what we'll do is we'll leave here on
Thursday morning.
And head back to our house, as long as there's no showing. They did mow our lawn today. That was kind of nice. They were actually at the gas station just finishing up, and at the gas station across the street from our house whenever we got there. So we're finding that we should have been packed. We should have just had all our stuff packed in the truck and been done with it.
Yeah.
Because we're spending money just bouncing around locally for really no reason at this point. There's no reason for us to be in this area anymore. Again, we were hoping to be at the house for the open house or in this area. So here's the things that are keeping us here.
Apparently there's not going to be an open house from what I can see.
Well, I don't know. We don't know. But here's the stuff that's keeping us here. Our absentee ballots didn't come in the mail.
Right.
We're waiting for those.
And it's probably because today is the 6th, so maybe they mailed them out yesterday and we'll get them tomorrow.
We have to get the tags for the RV. Heidi needs to get rid of her car, which
That shouldn't be a problem.
it shouldn't be a problem, but I don't know exactly how to do that, to tell you the truth.
Now we need to get pictures right away, and then you just need to post it.
Right.
And then go from there.
Right. The other thing is we...
That's mostly just getting everything out of the garage.
Right. We have to put everything in the garage, clean it out, with all the stuff, and just stick it in the back of the truck.
And then go get weighed and see where we're at.
Yeah.
And then come back and unload stuff. Well, depends on where we're... Guess we'll have to...
We have to weigh the trailer when we get home.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do on Thursday on our way home. Remember, have me stop. We'll stop at the scales. We're going to get the trailer weighed.
So I don't think there's hardly... I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing that's going to go in here, but this is pretty much...
Well, I can't think of anything else going in there.
Yeah, so, I mean...
A chair. the chair
Yeah.
from the
Oh,
living
yeah.
room.
What, 30 pounds, if
Right,
that?
right.
25.
So
It's not real
the
heavy.
RV is pretty much at weight, from what we can tell.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure our tanks are empty, and we'll just stop and do that. But yeah, we're gonna have to.
Why is it always
You see
right
that?
at my face?
You see
I bet
that?
they got it on. You got it on camera.
Tourette's on camera. She got Tourette's. That's why she just whips out those curse words every once in a while. So we're gonna hang out here now. The sun was out earlier, but it's been a windy day, and now it's
The
cooled
temperature,
off.
I think,
7 degrees warmer.
Yeah, because I think it's warm right now.
Yeah, it's not with the wind. As long as the
there's
wind's not blowing.
It's not windy.
But yeah, I don't know if you got any of you that have been full-time RVing. Did you get stuck in this limbo state like we are? Because
There's no reason. I think that there's not a reason why we should be in limbo. I think.
I'll tell you what,
we're just holding on.
we
somehow.
would not be in limbo if we had a storage unit.
True.
We would just throw everything in storage and then just leave.
Right.
And then if we needed something, but the thing is, there's so little in the garage.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a statement about the garage now. We're just going to throw it all in the truck, and it ain't going to be organized just to get going, just to get out.
Yeah.
We'll just put it all in the truck and figure it out later.
Yeah. Well, we'll have some little bit of time to. It does. I mean, every stop.
Like I said,
will be a day off.
There was one other thing that's holding us up. Like I said, the tags for the RV. We're going to have to forward our mail to your mom's house.
Right.
Because it's going to be longer than 30 days.
Right.
I have to cancel the internet and just put it down to where it's for viewing.
Right.
And I have to wait for my bike to be delivered.
Yeah,
That's
true.
kind of it. So we're going to end up staying at a campground.
Can you
local
change
to
the
the house.
address for the bike?
Yeah, I can redirect it somewhere else, but
You need to redirect it before it gets shipped.
no, it's not that. That's not a problem. It's just I don't get it. It's just a joke. FedEx is a joke.
It is, for sure.
So we're leaving here. We're going to go back to the house in a couple days, and then once we're back at the house, we will try to get ourselves a little bit more organized, get the house emptied and the truck loaded up. The RV at that point should already have been weighed. We have to get the tags. We got to sell Heidi's car, and then we have to wait for the bike to be delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's it.
That's it. So I think we're going to close down this because really there's not any more we can include about the campground here at Jellystone. As you've seen, we did a walkthrough. It's editing currently. That 360 is kind of nice. You can edit it on the tablet. You just kind of, all those views that I give you whenever I'm determining how you guys see the video is me zooming in and out with my thumb and just turning the tablet to look up, down, behind me, whatever. So it's kind of nice, but it does take a little bit longer. I think that's it though. So this is what you're going to see on the next video. Us departing this area. Possibly we'll show Heidi's bike. We're not going to show how to assemble it. Because there are plenty of videos online that talks about that. And then we're going to show us back at the house. So that's what you can look forward to in the next video, and see how much the trailer weighs, how much the RV weighs, the way it's loaded up now. See if we've got to take some stuff out because we overloaded it. You're also going to see the truck with all the stuff in it, and we're going to get that weighed and see how heavy it is. We'll see how heavy we are combined, the whole thing. And then a few days after that, you'll see us going shopping for a fifth wheel and buying that because we ain't got enough room for all our crap.
He's cutting it out.
I'm not cutting that out.
We need to get on the road.
Yeah, we're going to be on the road. I was just kidding about that
Not with
part.
anything new.
Yeah. Not any newer.
We already
than what
have pretty new stuff.
The worst part about our truck and our camper
Really?
is that they're 2020. Ugh, I wish I could just forget 2020.
Please.
Yeah. All right. So Heidi's going to close it out, and we'll pick this up later. Another day. Another day. Yeah.
Well, how am I doing the other day? Because we didn't do it right last time.
No. We're closing this video out. Period. So
As
tell
always,
them bye.
As always, we hope to see you out here, somewhere.
Somewhere. Bye.
Probably not here.
Yeah, probably not here.